Stock market, go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And welcome to Phil's Gang. Okay, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. What a week this has been. But I'm starting out today. I want to especially address my gang members. This week we've been doing swing trades. And we've been doing swing trades into what we call our tech stocks. Because the tech stocks have been moving up, not because of profits or earnings. They've been moving up because we have the whales buying them and tourists buying them. The whales are the big boys, the big hedge funds, and the big guys like Buffett and insurance companies. And they buy, even though yields are high, and that's a death sentence to these stocks, even though they buy, they're in a position that they can hold on to these stocks for a very long time. The last thing you want to be buying are the tech stocks, especially these stocks for an investment, because of the fact that the yields are back up over 200 points. You don't buy tech. That's when yields are that high, tech stocks don't do well. The only reason they're going up because you got the fake business news people telling everybody, get in there and buy these stocks. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, you know them all, Tesla, because they're going to go up big time over the next few years. Well, you better have a lot of holding power, because this market is setting up just like the 2008 crash. Now, my members, I just sent out an alert to them, and I told them, take your profits on these stocks, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia. When this thing started, the day the announcement of the quarter point rate hike, remember what this is? That was a relief rally. They were very relieved. They thought that they're going to get a 50 basis point hike. When they came in at a 25, they were so excited, and they all started buying these tech stocks, because everybody's hooked on tech, and I'm going to explain why in a moment. And the dangerous part is when you, again, have high yields, you don't buy these kind of stocks for investment. But you can do what we call swing trades, where you're into 2-3 days, in which we got some nice profits. Now we get out of them, because these are all going to retrace back. Now, the yields are very high. That is supposed to benefit the bank stocks. But guess what? The bank stocks aren't going up. That's very dangerous. We have a terrible divergence. Why? Because we have a big warning, a big red flag. The yields are inverting. That's a flash, warning. When you have the 2-year Treasury, when you can borrow money, lend money to the government for 2 years, almost at get the same return as you would 10 years, who the hell's going to lend the government over 10 years? You're not. You're going to say, I'm going to lend 2 years. When that happens, when people start lending money to government over 2 years instead of 10 years, that sends a message, we got a serious problem coming. It's called an inversion. It's one of the biggest red flags you can have. So again, what we did this week, we directed our members. We knew where the money was going to go. We knew all the tourists were going to buy, certainly Amazon and Google, because they don't know any better. But we did very well on those. But now it's time to get out. Now, would we get out if the yields were dropping? No, we'd stay in. But the big message is not only do we have an inversion in the yield curve, we also have going on, again, a very dangerous situation with the banks. They're not performing at all. Okay, so I just wanted to get that message out to my gang. All right. So, I have never heard anyone in Congress or in the White House ask, how can it be, as America was entering the darkest moment ever into the pandemic, where millions were unemployed, small businesses were shattered, shut down, yet no one ever asked, well, why is it then yet Wall Street and Silicon Valley, why are they thriving? You got millions of small businesses shutting down, millions of people unemployed, the darkest moment in history. What's going on? Why are they thriving? Not one, I never heard that. But oil, they go after oil. So here we enter another dark moment in our economy, inflation. So now we go from the pandemic. Now we go, and that was a dark moment. But remember, the darkest moment is inflation, because inflation is the biggest threat to our economy and our system of government. It's the worst. You want pandemic you'd rather have pandemic than inflation. People don't realize how dangerous inflation is. Oh, you're going to find out, believe me. The market's doing right now what it did right before the big crash, before the dot-com crash. But the question is, if you remember this week, I played a couple cuts where everybody was blaming, they want to go after the oil companies. They want to go after the oil companies. Remember this? This is nuts.
American oil and gas companies should not exploit this moment to hike their prices to raise profits.
And then here's Geraldo, the communist.
Oil price is crashing. Make the gouging fat cat oil barons pass the savings on to the consumer.
Wait a minute. Well, then how come they're not asking Silicon Valley to pass their riches on to the customer? And I said this before. Go look it up yourself. If you go look at what Exxon is bringing in, about $275 billion, and they make $6.8 billion in profits, on nearly the same amount of revenue, Apple makes $54 billion. Should they be going after Apple? You think Apple's not gouging? If let's just use the number $275 billion. If they're making $54 billion, Apple, and Exxon's making, I'll just round out to around $7 billion. Wait a minute. Why are you going after the oil companies? Go after Apple. Go after Microsoft. Go after Tesla. Are you nuts? Isn't that crazy? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, Wall Street, the top 1%, Wall Street, they added an average of $100 billion to their wealth. I'm talking about the very top, the 1/100th of 1%. Each one of those characters, those gangsters, added $100 billion to their wealth during this pandemic and during this terrible inflation. While Main Street, they're struggling, the wage earner. They're struggling at the gas pumps. They're struggling at the grocery store. They're struggling with rent and shelter, up 38%, used car. Their incomes have dropped 16%, adjusted for inflation. I don't get it. They're going after the wrong people. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days. And you also get the color-coded chart free for 10 days. Just go to philsgang.com, click where it says Get Started, click where it says Working Investor Group, and for 10 days free, you'll have full access to our portfolio, to our member portfolio, and my personal portfolio. And during that 10 days, you're going to learn. All you have to do, if you're a person says, I don't have time to learn, I don't have time, then all you have to do, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Steve, head of our education department, post each stock. Tells you what to do with each stock. So you don't have to learn anything. You can just follow his instructions. The color-coded chart, also, it's red, it means you sell short. Money's going out. If it's green, you buy. But I'm not going to sell you that. You're going to have to sell yourself. And right now, a good example is, this week, my members, I told them that you're going to see a lot of buying coming in on Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA. Those are the very popular stocks. And you're going to see all the tourists coming in because they've been told by the fake business news network that the bottom is in. Just exactly what they did during the dot-com crash, right before it crashed. You get that one more big rally. So they came in, and then you have the whales in here buying. Those are the big institutions and the hedge funds who the market, these stocks can go down another 20, 30%. They could care less. That's chump change for them. And they'll just hold on, which you and I can't do. But people have made a big mistake. They're buying these as investments. They're thinking these stocks are going to go up again forever. Everything's okay. It's not okay. These are terrific swing trades. Example, if you were with us, Amazon, if you got into Amazon on Tuesday, around $2,800, today it's now $3,200. That's a 14% return. If you got in with us on Google at around $2,650, it's now $2,730. You got 3%. Microsoft, same thing. If you got into Microsoft with us around $278, it's now around $300. That's 8%. That's all you should be doing. These are called swing trades. You're only in for 2 or 3 days. These are not investments because there's a lot of headwinds. You haven't even seen the beginning of this inflation. We don't have enough buyers here. The institutions aren't buying. And this market is set for another leg down. You know, most people have no idea what this inflation is. Most people have no idea how we got here. To understand how we got here, you got to go back to how this thing started. Remember, we're always told the Fed's job, okay, is to keep their mandates, to keep prices level, and keep everybody fully employed. What are you, nuts? That's what they tell us is their job. But no, that's not their job. They are confidence men. They're confidence men. How many times do you ever hear them say, they always pound on, consumer confidence is up, consumer confidence is up. That's important to them. Because when consumer confidence is up, they'll do anything. They'll lie to you, do anything, get your confidence up. That's the job of the fake business news network. Get your confidence up. Because the market goes up when your confidence is up. The market goes down when it's down. Their job is to get your confidence up. And remember, the stock market is a confidence game. And if you go back to 2008, the confidence masters of the Federal Reserve, if you remember, we had that crash in 2008. They came up with, they didn't want to go into a recession. Remember that? Our owners didn't want to go into a recession. They decided to do QE. And that's a big confidence game. It's a big confidence tool, QE. And why did they do that? Because after the 2008 crash, our owners of the Federal Reserve, the very, very wealthy, control the Federal Reserve, control Congress, saw an opportunity to create a massive expansion of the Federal Reserve power. That's what QE is about, but they lied. After the crash, they turned around and they said, what we should do is help everybody. Remember when they went to Congress? And they said they were going to help everybody who lost their home. They said, look, we need all this money, we need the print money, and then what we're going to do is give it to the 5 largest banks, JP Morgan, BAC, Wells Fargo, Citi, and Goldman Sachs. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this interest-free money, we'll print interest-free money, we'll give it to those banks, and they're going to help the 11 million homeowners who owe more on their house's worth. We're going to help out the 6 million who are facing foreclosure in their home. And then we're going to fund the small existing businesses and help the startup businesses, because it's the startup business that creates 70% of our new jobs, and we lost 8 million jobs. We got to get the 8 million back to work. That was a whole lie. That was a lie. They didn't do any of that. Once the money was approved, this is why we're at such a high inflation today. It's been going on for too long. Rates been kept too low for too long. You haven't seen anything yet. So it was a lie. Once they got the money approved, the 5 banks set up an illusion to make it look like they're helping these people. They set up Hope for Homes. They said they're going to help 6 million homeowners. They helped 25. They said they set up the hemp program and the HARP program. All lies, all an illusion. Where did the money go? I'll tell you when I get back. This is important.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
PhilsGang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang, and a message for my members. If you've been with us this week in Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Apple, NVIDIA, that's where all the money went this week. That's where all the tourists went. That's where all the whales went. Those are the most popular tech stocks. And they went there at the worst of time when yields are over 200, almost 211, 214 basis points. To remember, when we had the biggest tech rally was in March of 2020. March of 2020, after the market dropped 31% from February 2020, down 31% to March 2020. Remember why it collapsed? Not because of pandemic, because the yields were too high. We were at 190 basis points, and that's terrible for big tech stocks. And it dropped. And then what they did, the plunger team came in, printed massive money to go buy 10-year treasuries and to push those yields down from 190 basis points to 85. On that, we had an artificial rally of about 115% in these tech stocks, because tech stocks go up when there's low yields. Banks go up when there's big yields, because the higher the yield, the banks make more money. But what's happened here? Because when we had this correction, the Qs of over 22%, and the S&P and the Dow averaged about 14%, for weeks, we haven't gone anywhere. They're all waiting to hear what the Fed said. So finally the Fed comes out on Wednesday and said, we're only going to raise rates 25 basis points, not 50. That caused what they call a relief rally. They were relieved. So a lot of people who were shorting the market turned around and bought their positions back, especially in these stocks. So these stocks, Amazon up 13, Microsoft up 8, Google up 8, Apple this week up 9, and NVIDIA up 26%. So they're jumping in these stocks, which is okay if you're buying it for exactly what it's supposed to be, a swing trade. You're in for 1, 2, 3 days, maybe 4 days the most, because they won't last, because the yields are too high. That's like kryptonite to Superman. They won't last. But we'll take a swing trade, but it's certainly not an investment. So all these people are jumping in the market now, buying these as an investment, think they're going to get rich. You're going to get killed. So please, because they can't last. Because you got to have low yields, not high yields. Why don't you just join? Let me tell you, I always tell you this. We spend most all of our time first with our new members to get them to stop losing money. Making money is a piece of cake. The real effort and the real energy goes into making sure our members don't lose money. And this is a perfect example right here. Perfect example. Now, where are we going from here? Well, people don't realize what's going on. This scam started 14 years ago, and now it's coming to its conclusion. It came to its conclusion in November. In November, the tech stocks no longer could rally because of the tremendous liquidity that they printed for 14 years, $125 trillion. That created massive inflation, and the economy can't take any more inflation. The banks, the economy can't take higher yields because the people are getting killed. The average household income is going down 16%. Hourly wages are not keeping up with the 7.9% inflation. You know what's going on with gasoline and everything else. They're getting killed. So what's happened is, if you go back to 2008, people don't realize that when they started this QE in 2008, remember what happened? You had all these people that were hurting. People were losing their homes after the crash, right? Everybody was losing their homes. And they said, okay, the Fed and the big boys go to the Congress and say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to print all this money. Give us permission to print all this money so that we can help. We can help these folks. We'll take the people who are losing their homes, and we're going to make sure they don't lose their homes. Their homes don't go into foreclosure. We're going to make sure of that. We're going to help small businesses. We're going to take the little businesses and fund them, keep them alive. We're going to fund entrepreneurs who want to start businesses because we got 8 million people out of work. We got to get those people back to work. So we're going to make sure the foreclosures don't happen. We're going to make sure we get these small businesses funded. This is what they promised. This is what they promised. But it was a total lie. It was a scam. It's not what they did. As soon as they got the money, they turned around and the Federal Reserve gave the money to their 5 largest banks and told the banks, do not loan to small businesses. Do not loan people to help them with their homes. If they owe more on that home than it's worth, don't refinance them. People going to foreclosure, let them go into foreclosure, don't save them. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to create an illusion. We're going to create the HARP program, the HAMP program, the HOPE program, and it'll be an illusion like we're trying to help these people. And like the HAMP program, they said they're going to help 6 million people. They only approved 35 loans. The HARP program, they said they're going to help 3 million homeowners. They only approved 125 homeowners. It was a scam. It was a scam. They were just creating this illusion. What they did with the money, they saw this. The Federal Reserve saw this. The owners, the very, very wealthy, the 101%, saw an opportunity to create a massive expansion of their power under what they call QE, quantitative easing. So instead of the money being used for these promises to help the homeowners, small businesses, it became a scam. What they did with the money, they gave it to the 5 biggest banks, and they said the biggest banks, this is what we want you to do. Go out and start buying gold and silver and commodities. Start buying each other's stock to make it look like the banks are healthy again. They're going back up. This is what they did. Can you imagine that? And then what we want you to do, we're going to print this money and put a floor in. Put a floor into the market so it won't go down. We're going to print $1 trillion immediately, and we're going to go and we're going to buy all your bad loans. The people won't know that. We're going to buy all the bad loans. We'll take them from your books, so we're going to save you. Isn't this amazing? This is what they did. This is how this whole thing started. Now it's going to end. The banks rallied 113% in 8 months, creating an illusion the banks were healthy again. The banks lead the economy. The banks lead the market. And it's been an illusion ever since. For 14 years, they created $125 trillion. It started out with $3 trillion. $1 trillion November 2008, $650 billion. They started printing that in 2010. $400 billion they printed in 2011, and $1 trillion in 2012. And then, boy, after 2012, they maxed it up. They started to print like crazy. And so now here we are today. We got the biggest liquidity crap show on earth. After that 2008 crash, our owners put in that floor to start this massive 125 trillion QE fake stock rally. Now it's over. It's over. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when I come back, so don't miss that. Join my gang free for 10 days. Learn how to make money in the market without that.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the .com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
How far behind the curve of inflation do you believe the Federal Reserve is in your mind?
So I just would say a couple of things.
Unbelievable. He didn't know what to say. Because what he should have said is what I'm telling you, 14 years. Now, you probably wondered, how could the Federal Reserve, the owners, turn around and take the same banks, J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi, and Goldman Sachs, that destroyed the housing market, and take the lead on QE? Where the Fed printed all this money, gave it to the five banks take that money, and then what they did is they spread that money out where they, among each other, where they went, and they actually, what they started to do is they started to buy the small banks that were going broke, the savings banks that were going broke with mortgages. They bought them with the money. Remember, this money was supposed to help the HAMP program, the HARP program, the Hope for Home program. It didn't. They took the money instead and went and bought these failing banks. What were they buying? Their deposits. They were buying their deposits, these crooks. How'd they get away with this? Because remember, Dodd and Frank, Senator Dodd, Representative Frank, two biggest crooks. Remember, they were going to re-regulate the banks. Well, they got paid off not to regulate the banks. Everyone got re-regulated. Remember, everything got re-regulated, but not the banks. And right after this, remember, Dodd retired and Frank retired. They got paid off beautifully. Are you kidding? Not to take the banks and regulate them with harder regulations. They're the only group that didn't have increased regulations on. So that's why they could turn around and use QE as the tool to advance their, to make so much power, increase their power, where they could actually print money, give it to a bank, and the bank could loan it to corporations to buy their own stock for the last 14 years. Can you imagine? So this is where we end today. It stopped in November, and nobody's talking about it. In November, the big tech stocks stopped moving up because the government, the economy no longer could absorb all this inflation, printing money to keep buying treasury, drop those yields down to keep pushing up the tech stocks. And the banks, even with the high yields, the economy can't absorb higher interest rates. And this idiot, Powell, is raising rates into a 40-high-year inflation. Is he nuts? This is not over. This is just like 2008. Now, I'm not telling you not to make money. We made money right before the stock market crash, the dot-com crash. Remember, it came all the way back down there. They ran it up one more time, and then we turned around and shorted them again. That's what we're doing here. But if you look at our stocks that we bought this week, whether it's Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Apple, those are all the same stocks that everybody buys or everybody owns those. They only worked as a swing trade, not as an investment. If you go to our Pro 2 color-coded chart, it's all red. It's all red. Tells you not to buy it as an investment. Amazon, Google, all red. Telling you not to buy it buy Google. It's all red. That means there's not enough money going in. This is just a short-term trade. Hey, that's fine. If Amazon went up 13%, our members made an average of 5-6%, we're fine. Microsoft went up 8%. If our members made an average of 4%, that's fine. Same with Apple. Went up 9%. If we made 4 or 5%, fine. Our big one was NVIDIA. That's one of our favorites. Went up 20%, so 26%. So if they made 10%, that's great over a few days. But don't marry it, because when you look on your long-term investment chart, there's no money there. There's no money there. If money was coming in, it would show up on our Pro 2, it would turn green, and we'd be buying it as an investment. And that's the difference between us and everybody else. Our focus on almost all the time that you don't lose money. Making money is easy. So this scam, remember, started in 2008, and it's continued for 14 years. It was only supposed to go on for about 12 months. And so you take this should have been a crime. They should have been in jail. Imagine this. They told Congress when they start the Hope for Homes program, they're going to take care of 6 million homes. Make sure they wouldn't be foreclosed on. You know how many homes went through the program? 25. They said the HAMP program, would they make sure 3 million homeowners who were late on their payments, to make sure they wouldn't go into foreclosure. 3 million of them. They only helped out 125,000 homes out of 3 million. HARP program, they said the same thing. We're going to take 5 million people who are ready to be foreclosed on their home, going to make sure they're not going to be foreclosed. 35 homes weren't foreclosed on. They said 5 million. They took that money, remember, and started the QE buy program. See, that was the idea. They saw an opportunity here. They paid Dodd off. They paid Frank off. And now there's no regulations. Now they could expand their power, started to use QE to go out, print all this money, and go to their own banks. First thing they went with their money, instead of helping these homeowners, they took their money and went to all their own banks, the ones that are part of the Fed, and they bailed them out, bought all their bad mortgages. They bought all their bad subprime mortgages. They bought the security mortgage-backed security. So that's why they're still alive 14 years. These banks should be broke. Some of these banks should be bankrupt. But now we're at the end. This scam is a 14-year scam. They destroyed our middle class because the middle class not getting any money to do startup businesses. And it's the startup businesses that is what is the power behind our nation, because that's where all our jobs come from, startups. But they make sure they don't get the money. All this money goes to QE, stock buybacks. Why do you think the Nasdaq went up 950%? Why do you think you take the Qs, the 100 stocks in the Qs, they went 1,345%? Are you nuts? Are you nuts? But now the folks, okay, they're going to give all that money back because they don't know when to get out, and they don't know when to sell short. Just like now, this rally we've had in the last 3-4 days, everybody's jumping back in. We did, but we did it as what? As a swing trade. Begin for just a very short period of time and then swing back out. And then we'll wait now. If our Pro 2 shows up and all of a sudden big investment money's coming in into Amazon and Google and Microsoft, Apple, will go back in as an investment, but not now. You got to know the difference. You got to understand how the market works. And people don't. The people that are buying Amazon and Google right now, these are tourists. They don't know a damn thing. They just listen. Here, listen to this dope again, Kramer.
Thoughts on Western Union?
Wow. Every time I look at it and think it's good, because, boy, they do have some very good management. I'm not going to fight you if you want to buy some. The management's too good there. They haven't done anything yet, but I'm okay with it down here at this level.
Boy, management, they got good management. What a great management. They haven't done anything yet, though. But it's a good time to buy. No, it isn't. No, it's not. If you have a mobile device, look. Are you kidding me? Look on my chart. It's red. It's in a severe downtrend. It means more money going out of the stock, Western Union, to go in. The only reason why it's going up in the last 4 days, let's see, I'll give you the numbers. It went up from 1737 to 1803. They went up 4% because, again, it's called a snapback. It's just some short covering. That's all it is. So this guy's going to buy it today as an investment, just like somebody's buying Amazon as an investment, Google as an investment, Microsoft is when they're not an investment right now. And they're going to lose money. I mean, think about the banks. These banks right now are in so deep trouble. Why aren't these banks making new highs when you have the yields up right now 214 basis points? Remember, when the yields were at 85 basis points in March of 2020, we had a 113% rally because the yields were at 85. We're at 214. And the banks can hardly go up. Are you kidding? It's like giving a horse a carrot, he spits it back at you. And then he rolls over and dies. So, look, join our gang, Phil's gang, free for 10 days, where we focus on you not losing money. And guess what? Making money, that's the piece of cake. But the first thing, understand how the market works so you don't lose money. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.